Raising children to be independent problem solvers is no small task. Helping them to know how to think, not what to think, requires the ability to step back and guide your children through situations versus jumping in and solving problems for them. Hello, my name is Amanda Coorough from the University of Wisconsin-Madison Division of Extension. On today's Parenting Behind the Behavior, I'll be sharing another weekly session from our I Can Problem Solve, developed by Dr. Myrna Shure. Remember, you can find out more about this program by going to the I Can Problem Solve website or by attending a Raising a Thinking Child class offered in a county near you by Extension educators throughout Wisconsin. As parents and caregivers, teaching the concepts children need to learn by introducing the step-by-step plans to reach a desired goal is another way to help children think before they act. As parents, we help children use means and thinking, or we encourage them to come up with a plan to get what it is they desire. This helps children learn ways to overcome obstacles over time. We've all seen our children get frustrated and give up when overwhelmed by an obstacle or challenge in their path. As adults, we can identify with these feelings of frustration. It's not hard to understand what it feels like to come up against a barrier and not getting what it is we feel we want or need. Sometimes a child doesn't give up though, but instead they problem solve by using means or methods that won't be received well by others. As adults, we've had experiences that have shaped our understanding of what happens when we choose to use negative behaviors to get our wants and needs met. Oftentimes, we're met with negative consequences, and that can be costly to us personally, professionally, and sometimes both. Therefore, we know the firsthand importance of helping our children establish good goal-setting behavior early on. By showing our children empathy when they are frustrated, confused, or overwhelmed by problems that they cannot immediately solve, we begin to get them ready for effective problem solving. Once a child has expressed their initial feelings about the problem, then they begin to see the potential solutions open to them. They can start to then solve or overcome the problem before them. They also begin to evaluate the consequences of their potential actions. The steps of goal setting with your child look similar to that of storytelling, and every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Instead of listing different solutions, try thinking of it as a story, and in that way, you're helping your child create a plan to reach their goal. Include in the story thoughts about the problem and potential solutions. Remember to think about the sequence of events. Will you study before or after bed? Will you study before or after dinner? In the story, we guide our child to think of what might get in the way of reaching the goal. How much time will you have if you wait until after dinner to study? This is called an obstacle. As our child thinks about these obstacles, we encourage our child to come up with ideas to get around these obstacles. This is part of our child's plan. We want to help our children consider timing in the story as well. An example of this might be, is now a good time to study? What might happen if you were to study later? These questions help our children to consider when it is a good time or not a good time to do something and how long it will take to reach the goal. When we practice using these concepts with our children, it helps them generalize these ideas when it comes to things that they are working towards. It helps if these goals are identified by our children because then they have a sense of ownership over the goal, and then they're more motivated to work towards through that problem solving step to see it through to the final outcome. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I want to wish you every success as you continue learning and growing alongside your children every day. I hope you'll join us next week for another Parenting Behind the Behavior.